Hello everyone, this is Greyshot 17 here, bringing a company of heroes to replay, brought to you by myself. Yes, this is gonna be a commentary by my replay, but I think it's gonna be something you guys are really going to enjoy. Anyway, this is a 3v3 OKW versus British. Yeah, it's entirely OKW and British. It's gonna be great. Anyway, it's myself, my brother 151, and the Carpetron, who may be GTA. I'm still trying to figure it out. It sounds like GTA, could be a robot. I'm not entirely sure. On the enemy team, we have Nick Tech, Tight Kyer. I'm just calling Kyer. Nico. Oh my god, I'm terrible with names. Nico and Counter Terry. Alright. Goddamn. Anyway, they're most likely a team because I literally saw them both pick this within like the first 2 seconds of the game. Not trying to be mean, but usually when that they pick a doctrine really quickly, either they're like GTA and they love a specific doctrine, or they're coordinating and be like, okay, we're both picking this. But in any case, yes, so we are versing 3 British players and we are OKW. I'm on the right. We can see here that GTA is on the far left, and my brother is pushing mid. Now, of course, on the across the Rhine is a 3v3 map. I think you can play with 4v4, but I think it's designed for 3v3. Actually, I don't know how 4v4 works, so we'll just say 3v3. Anyway, it's a really nice map. I definitely like the different elevation levels. That's a really, again, just something different for the map. Just like that. Anyway, we can see here I'm OKW. And versing the British, you typically have an issue because, again, the British are superiorly have a better starting point than the OKW. The OKW has Stern Pioneers, Volks, and of course the an AT gun, which is nice, but again, the infantry section is just really good infantry, and they have this machine gun. This machine gun can easily knock out my Kubel. That being said, we can see here that again, my Stern Pioneers are easily taking out those infantry section because again I have 2 and I'm coming up the side. And that was my whole plan, was to make sure I could beat him on the infantry game. Problem is this MG. I have no idea how this guy's suppressing me. But whatever. Look down south, GTA is trying to push up, using that heavy cover to his advantage, and trying to stay out of the sight of that MG. At least he got in the heavy cover, so before the MG could really hit him, so that extra cover is allowing him to not be suppressed for the moment. And then my brother is kind of fighting here, placing some mines in some interesting locations. I'll give him that, okay. And actually decisively pushed back this blue guy. So he pushed back Nico. Pretty good for him. We can see here I was managed to push back the guy on this side. He is getting a sniper. And oh my god. Okay, so I just did a replay and I made a bunch of critiques. But oh my god, this, they didn't do this armor and this armor. Well, again, double jump, why not? Anyway, trying to capture this point. Again, every point counts. But literally, there's one tactic that the British can do that is super annoying. And that's sniper spam. And we're going to see that this game. And oh my god, is that annoying. Like, I get it. Sniper spam, when you're versing, let's say, the Allies as Germans, like, the Allies have more troops, so it isn't as an issue. Because the 5-man squad or 6-man squad, one sniper guy takes out 1 man. It's not as bad. For OKW, and for the quote-unquote Wehrmacht, it's a different story. You have smaller infantry squads, which means 2 snipers can easily knock out your squad in like very quickly. Capturing this point, you can see here that again he's trying to move over counter. Again, at least he's highly mobile, but we can also see here that this is not my player, which is Counter Terry. This is Nico. Nico's like, okay, my brother kind of defeated him, so he's like, okay, let me focus on another point. I do kind of like my brother's tactic of just like fortifying here, so that way they can't come up this way and flank him. That being said, I don't know. You kind of like, it's this way, and if you hold this point, that's the only, it's not like they can come through this way, so I'm not sure why he did that. But anyway, with the MG spam, stuff like that, I'm having issue. Luckily, my mines have been causing some havoc on their side, which I love. You see here the MG and the infantry section both had some issues. They also have a MG in here, which is kind of bad for me. Support gun for the win, doing something. Anyway, on the back right, I have Verkenwerfer hiding, waiting, because I was afraid of a tiny little thing called a UC carrier with a flame attachment coming through and burning my men to death, because that thing's always a goddamn pain to deal with. Anyway, we can see here a sniper waiting. Luckily, again, we can see here that he has one, and Counter Terry has two. That's 3 snipers on the field. That's going to be annoying. Easily. Anyway, we can see here that I'm getting more infantry. That's what I'm trying to focus on. Kubo on defense as well in case they charge. Again, that will at least hold them back for the moment. My brother's holding mid, but again, he really has to worry because again, if that guy is the hill, and if he uses that and pushes my brother from the side, that can be very, very deadly for him. So that's the current issue. GTA, unfortunately, has been trying to puncture here, but this guy has Bofors and all sorts of stuff, which makes him unable to really puncture this. We can also see here that this guy went Vanguard operation. Now, dealing with commanders, strafing support's really good because, again, you have 2 planes come in, machine guns, rockets, causing an area. You have a logistics glider, which helps get resources from a sector, I think. Or they changed that. Maybe they changed that. I'm not... I think they did. I remember it from a patch. Commandos also really good. We can see here that this guy went the Commando Regiment. Commandos are great, but also the Bombing Strafe, which is the most OP thing you can call down. Again, try to throw this to burn his MG. Didn't really work. But it's a very, very powerful bombing strike you can call in. And since they both went it, it's pretty much certain that both will call it. Or at least we'll try to, or have the ability. I try to move up, trying to, again, I see the snipers, I'm like, oh no, get behind heavy cover. My brother's also pushing up. Trying to push him back as much as possible. Kubo's still on standby. Again, I do not want to charge. Again, you can see here this MG still there. And the last thing I want is to push him with an MG and 2 armor-piercing snipers with a lightly armored Kubo. That's a guarantee to face some issues. Placing mines, again, they don't really have minesweepers. I've noticed that, so I'm like, okay, let me keep doing that. As long as he keeps working, let me do that. He pushes up, my Kubo's on standby. I'm going to move that up slightly to get that infantry suppressed. Luckily, my brother's also coming in through the flank. And while this MG's focused on me, my brother will be able to get up close and throw a nice little incendiary grenade into that little base, which is going to burn up his MG to my delight. Now, we can see here my Kubo did suppress it. I did lose that infantry squad. Unfortunately, you can see here this guy got an AT gun. GTA is pushing up, but the Bofors is causing him a lot of havoc. Support gun is firing. Again, he went medical. Where's that medical? Actually, right over here. I like the position, GTA. I really do. This is a great spot. Again, it has a nice little cover here, only one way up. And it's a great spot where you have a nice, like, forward point, plus an MG, which will stop him from coming up here. And look at this support gun. This support gun's in a great position. If the better position may be here, just for a little bit more range, but honestly, that's a great spot. We can see here, again, placing some mines, trying to capture some territory with my brother. Wow, this guy also made a mortar pit, which is which is an issue. This guy doing the, I guess, like, coming down to fire. Oh, right over here, it's a suppressing fire ability, but again, GT is smart enough to move out of the area well before he gets suppressed. I move up, unfortunately hit MG, fall back. In the meantime, I move up. I think I placed a mine right here. Alright, we'll be placing mines. Again, trying to hurt their infantry, trying to stop them. Kubo's on standby as well, along with the Verkenwerfer. I have 2. Because at this point, I'm like, okay, I am not going to get myself armored, because I'm getting myself a Stuka. So I can't get myself armor. Which means that I am susceptible to Centaur or Cromwell attacks, eventually. So if I get 2, you know, Verkenwerfers that can't be seen and hit them, that Centaur will die very, very shortly. GTA is having issues, as you can see. Again, they just have a lot of fortifications down here. And as a fortifications doctrine, your goal of this doctrine is to hold, it's not to attack. So he doesn't really have necessarily an offensive ability. But that being said, he's making the most out of his position, making mines, making sure that he at least holds this territory, and then supporting my brother with whatever he can. My brother, in turn, is helping to support me, because we can see here that both players up here are focusing everything they can, along with 3 snipers that try to break me. My Kubo, unfortunately, is going to die. I came up trying to hurt him. Didn't necessarily work. I saw the Kubo. But the nice thing is they do have a Stuka coming in, which will at least hit this position, knock out that MG, and cause him to at least pull back the sniper for a short period of time. So, yeah. At least they killed the MG. That's the bonus. Man, those snipers. My brother's moving up. once again, allowing a huge open flank right here with no MG and nothing. Alright, my brother's able to push up and do a little bit of damage. The problem is, again, the sniper and also the MG 2-star over here. I'm trying to place some mines in the... Yeah, in the meantime... Oh, am I? No, I'm sorry, capturing this territory. Luckily, my brother is able to get close enough to throw some incendiary grenades. That should burn a lot of his MGs. Again, that's the problem with MGs in buildings. Is the fact you can get close enough and then they burn to death because, again, you're not moving. You can be in a big building, but the incendiary grenades don't do what you need to. But we can see here they have centaurs. Again, centaurs, of course, are awesome at just murdering infantry. And you have two, and, well, infantry are going to pretty much die. Unless they have an armored unit. Unfortunately for me and my brother, we do not have that. Also, we can see here that there is a glider coming in. And we can see here that this player, Tyre, is pushing up. GT is no longer attacking here. With a lot of infantry, he's using support gunfire, which is really good. Again, we can see here he has 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay, he has 3, which is why his emplacements are not taking substantial fire. And that's why this guy is probably focusing on trying to assault over here, trying to kill those support guns. Luckily, my brother has his OKW headquarters. I like this positioning, I do, because again, you get that nice... Again, you get that nice wide area to see, and it's up on a hill, which makes it harder for AT guns to hit it up on a hill. Unfortunately, there is a lot of stuff coming over here. My brother does have a 10 worker, which, as you can see here, causing a lot of havoc and damage. And with all that fire, it's definitely pushing the centaurs back down. And again, just that height advantage is very, very important. Because again, they can't necessarily see everything up on this ridge, which means they have to pull back because they're taking substantial losses. Luckily, my GTA support guns are now turning their attention once that Boffer was destroyed to kill the infantry. And again, if you're having problems... I mean, even with the patch, they're going to weaken the support gun, whatever. If you're having problems with this mortar emplacement, it's all you have to do is either burn it, but if, let's say they have this nice defensive line, and you say, oh my god, my support guns don't normally hit it, well, that's fine. Their first rank is increased weapon range. Okay? And then slowly but surely they become better and better over time. If you just have them firing at infantry, eventually they'll rank up and become better. The way when you pull them up to fight that mortar, they can easily take it out. We see here a lot of infantry moving up. The Centaur, once again, is trying to push up, but my brother's AT forces are just pushing that thing back. Oh, this is great. Again, I love my mines. Honestly do. Once again, another Centaur. Again, they're trying to focus on the Centaur attack, but it's so far not working. Double AT guns, though. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to have the Centaurs kill infantry and a lot of AT personnel. Luckily, I try to move over a lot of my forces. Nice support gun hit. Try to provide some pressure on this guy to pull back his forces on mid, which is working. It is working. Also, I'm taking back this area, and I'm also taking back this area. So, overall, that was a pretty decent offensive. I'm able to at least hold that. And, yeah, I'm still having to deal with these stupid snipers, but my Volk squads can fire long range, and they're in negative cover, so I can at least do quite a bit of damage to them and not have to fall back. That being said, the Centaur is providing overwatch for them. I did do some nice damage on their health, but they can always use this guy, which has a medic ability to also heal them. So, unfortunately, it's not exactly all that great. That being said, my brother had sending in some Panzerschreck forces to deal with it. It was facing the wrong way, which allows him to get some nice shots. 4-star Volk squad, always really good. And GTA now on the offensive down south. Again, throwing a nice Molotov, well, not Molotov, incendiary grenade onto it. Burning the AT gun. The MG probably fell back or got repositioned, allowing him to pretty much now focus on the mortar. The mortar is now completely unprotected, and the mortar can also not fire very close. So that will allow GTA's forces to pretty much... Oh, wow, okay, maybe not. Yeah, GTA's forces to focus over here. Centaur is now moving back over, and I believe Yellow... Yeah, Nightfire doesn't have all that much. He has a lot of manpower, though. I mean, he's saving up. And look at that munition. You know he's saving up for that airstrike. Come on, dude. You know, look at this. They're both saving up for it. And you know what's sad? I know they haven't spent anything because they both have the exact same amount. My brother, awesome flank from behind. Does some awesome hits on that Centaur. Again, just unprotected flanks and getting some nice hits. Knocking out that fuel cache, very important. Because again, that fuel cache is again, if you can pretty much limit the British's ability to get that ammo, it will help immensely. We can see here that there's a commando thing coming in, and a majority of the map is now under our control, which is also very, very good. Again, we can see here that I got myself a half-track, not necessarily because, you know, I need it, but because my brother and GTA are pushing so well, the last thing I want is for them to be ambushed. Wow, again, they're really doubling down on the centaurs. I'm sorry, they're tripling down. Look at that, 3 centaurs from 1 player. Where did this guy come in? I actually like that landing. That's a really nice spot. Actually, take it back. I think you should have landed up here. Because you may be blocking your armor from this way. Up here, there's no reason to come this way because the bridge is blown to hell. So, honestly, right here, right there, right here would be great. That being said, it looks like a double assault is going on against GTA. GTA, unfortunately, is gonna have an issue because again, 1, 2, 3 AT guns. His support guns will help, but against all that armor and everything, the Jagdpanzer can take a few shots from the forward, but yeah, not 3. And there goes his only tank. The support guns are doing some nice hits, but he's going to want to fold them back because the centaurs can easily rip them apart. He's pulling up his Volks, I think, to just, you know, hold back the centaurs long enough for his support guns to move back up the hill. Unfortunately, it looks like he did lose that sector. I have a Stuka coming in. I'm firing upon here. My goal is to try to hit something valuable. I hit some AT guns. I killed 1, but I wasn't able to kill all 3. I really wanted to, but at least, you know, that caused some havoc on their side. Anything I can kill, even if it's small like that, can definitely help. We can see here again, we have a... Wow, that's probably like the best... Okay, I'm going to be honest. Every time I call one of these things in, they die. I'm going to be honest. They pretty much... I mean, this one got part of its wing clipped off. That's probably the best glider, the intact glider I've seen come down. Good for them. Finally get a glider that doesn't, you know, fall apart. Anyway, actually I'd be curious if they'd bring in a glider that can deploy a vehicle. That would be interesting. What was it? I remember the game... This is gonna date me. Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway. Decent game made by the Gearbox. And yeah, that game I remember having a Jeep come out of the glider and everything. It was a decent game. I know it's part of a larger story. I forget the story in general. Deals with the Operation Market Garden, but overall, it was okay. This is interesting. So my brother and GTA's forces, I'm sorry, my forces, my god, came in behind, tried to help them, but the Churchill and the Cromwells in general are just mowing us apart. Oh my god, that grenade is so stupid. My god, why did my guy even be there? But yeah, our attack from behind did not end well. Again, we flanked through here, just they have too much armor and too much heavy armor for us to really do all that much. Luckily, I got myself a Jagdpanzer, gonna move that up. My Stuka is now 1 star, I'm gonna move it up to a fire again. And we can see here, they're just moving up a ton of armor to just retake mid. And there's not all that much we can do. GTA is on standby, we can see here, he's just fortifying. He knows... Actually, I'm curious why he locked this area up. I guess he just didn't want them to push up this way. Which, whatever. Focus one way, but that's also limiting the ways you can come down. So, I don't know. I guess the idea is to block this area and then that way you can focus up north, but I'm not exactly doing all that great as well. I have a defensive line here because as you can see, my mines got deployed. Mines went off in a few locations and they've been trying to push. Luckily, I still have some extra mines and I was able to push up and put them down. With the mine detonated, I can move up, try to find some heavy cover. That being said, I wasn't expecting a goddamn commando unit to come in. And we can see here that, again, more centaurs moving up. Yeah, 3 centaurs, my god. Did they kill the one up here? No, it's still alive. Jagdpanzer moving up, along with GTA's Jagdpanzer. Yeah, they're all kind of like bunched up together. So we were able to get some nice shots in, kill one of them. So that's a huge loss. Man, I love I was able to turn the bullet. Stuka coming down, trying to hit the target. I hit some of their infantry, it didn't necessarily kill anything, which is unfortunately negative. But, you know, I could have probably done it against a better target, is what I'm trying to say. Luckily, our AT forces were able to hold. That being said, I have to kill this thing. This thing is so annoying. It pretty much is recon. That's the problem. Look at this. Another glider coming in. Again, they want their commando units. My issue is, though, is if they really, really want commando units. Again, camouflaged. Until they're not. Pull them back. In the meantime. Sit in. I'm like, okay, Stern Pioneers and Volk squads. That can do something, right? Because technically these, what, are 350? But no, the commandos are just wiping the floor with them. So I'm like, okay, 3 Volk squads. At least I kill that. Let me focus fire on them with Panzer Shreks. Hopefully that can do something against the commandos, right? Grenade on one. And he retreats. So yeah, I was able to at least hold them back. But I honestly think he probably could have kept fighting. Alright, so anyway, they're getting a lot of armor in the meantime. And look at... They're still have not used their munitions, which is crazy. Alright, we can see here again. Oh, very nice. Again, love my mines. It's just been very helpful. But we can see here that, again, their tactic, heavy armor, comets, and commandos, or heavy armor. Oh, this guy's just everything, like a support. And Nick is like heavy armor, churchills, and commandos. And they're, once again, pushing 2 guys on me. And I have some Verkan Werfers on standby, but not all that much. My Yak Panzer's over here just like, oh no. Oh, that's bad. And just falling back. I'm like, okay, Searchlight, run. Run, Searchlight, run. Verkan Werfer taking some nice shots. Infantry coming down. I can't fight that. Moving up some infantry to counter, but again, it's hard for me to fight 2 commandos. Luckily, my brother and GT are coming over with a lot of AT forces. Thank God for that. And trying to push back their centaurs. Unfortunately, their spearhead over here is going to throw a grenade. And this is what sucks. He threw 2 grenades. One from the commando, one that, and just murdered most of my infantry. I told him to get behind cover, but again, the Churchill just, like, put them together. So I'm like, F you, dude. I know he's trying to smoke and then hide in the smoke while retreating, but you also limit your speed while doing that, so it's not actually a great move to do. His commandos and stuff are surging through my lines. I just need something to really take this out. And then he sees my spotlight. I'm like, oh no. Verkan Werfer getting some nice shots on the Churchill. Centaur. And then this Churchill's on the run like, oh no, I think I can make it. I think I can make it. Nope. They're going to send in their AT guns to get some nice hits on my guy. I'm going to have to fall back. Luckily, GTA support guns, thank God, are suppressing those units, allowing my Verkan Werfer to escape, and then GTA's forces are going to come in and start wrecking house. Let's see. My brother... Okay, he has 2 support guns. And GT has a lot too. We can see here now, unfortunately, there's a strafing run coming in. Causing a lot of damage. Light Phosphorus is now coming in on this. Mortar cover. And with all that, it's pretty much going to put us at a disadvantage. Oh, there goes the plane. Almost hitting my Volk squad. No idea what's hitting. I'm guessing the dead infantry on the ground. But yeah, now they're trying to leverage that air support. Luckily, the 2 heavy bomber guys still don't have it. Again, if you're trying to save up for this, don't expect to get this until like the 20-minute mark. And these guys, I mean, maybe if they were under like more fire and had better tactics and killed more stuff, it would be sooner for them. But yeah, like 22-25-minute mark. Expect to get the heavy bombers if you're playing a game. So if you're losing and you're like you're most likely to counter run up before then, don't expect the bombing strike to help you. Another commando drop over here. Again, just so many gliders coming down. I really wonder if there's a good anti-air to counteract those gliders. Like, if you physically can't get enough AA to take those down. We can see here, again, Comet. Still, they have a Centaur. What is that? Oh, Sherman Firefly. Duh. And yeah, luckily my brother did get King Tiger, so that should help level the playing field if I can speak. Oh my god. This guy doesn't really have all that much down south. Once again, in another replay, GTA could probably push down here and retake a lot of this territory. We think here, unfortunately, the Nico guy and, oh god, what's his name? Kyre are pushing a lot. And we have bombers coming in. Again, they want to knock out the Pac-43. Luckily, GTA was able to pull back most of his forces, but yeah. He did lose the Pac-43, and some of his men were injured in the process. GTA, I guess, is putting tank traps again. He wants to make sure armor can't come up for a flank. I question that. Honestly, I think he could easily surge down here if he really wanted to. And you could also ask my brother to do flares down there to really see what they had. So now, unfortunately, they're attacked with a comet, a centaur, and all sorts of stuff. A lot of heavy armor. Luckily, my brother's King Tiger is definitely putting it through causing some issues. A lot of Panzer Shreks, but as you can see, he's not doing all that much damage to it. Super coming in, my goal is to like, okay, let me do it here. Look how close. I saw the infantry. I should have waited. I should have waited. But I didn't see them, so I'm like, okay, let me hit the vehicles because I thought they were repairing. No, right here isn't great. But anyway, my brother's taking a lot of damage. His King Tiger's now on the retreat. Too much AT, and the Firefly to boot, so we can't really fight that. Luckily, GTA still has a lot of Panzer Shrek force over here. So if they all fire, push back that Centaur. Still a big blob over here. Luckily, somehow, someway, I'm still holding this area. For Cannon Warfers, I'm going to move them down south because I realize they're not sending armor down this way. They're moving it over here. Then I'm like, maybe I should save up for a Sturm Tiger. So they're kind of blobbing a little bit. That's when my first like, okay, sending a lot of forces. Let me try to figure out what I can send. But yeah, but all three of them are now present in the middle. So GTA and my brother are kind of, wow, man, random tree going out of nowhere. But GTA and my brother are really trying to focus. This guy still hasn't gotten it. Wow, okay. You know he's saving for it. 700, nearly 800 munitions. Luckily, again, with GTA's forces and my brothers, at least do have a fighting chance. They do have a lot of men. The problem is, they do have a lot of these facilities kind of close together, and if they were able to do a bombing run, they could cripple my brother. Because again, the mechanized help him kill the tank, and this is making a forward retreat point. You move that, and the OKW is having a really, really hard time. Luckily, my brother and them are like camouflaging all their AT guns and stuff, so even the sniper can't even see this. Oh, so close to killing it. Another strafing run inbound. Luckily, not doing all that much damage. My brother, once again, my brother's trying to push up. Again, a flaw here. GTA should probably push over here. I'm trying to push over here, but again, I'm versus commando units. It's really hard for me to fight these things really effectively. And look at that, 5 commando units. This is like having an army of shock troops come at you. Grenade, killing more of my men. I mean, like, the sport guns are kind of helping, and then my Panzer headquarters is kind of helping. As you can see, you try to get close, try to chase my units down, not going to help. Have my medical thing back here, again, kind of helping. And then both these together. Should have probably not put them together, but whatever. And also, I think that by now, I think the glitch with the commando glider has been removed. So, you can't send a commando unit into like one of these bases. It's just, or one of the gliders into it. It's just not going to kill it. It's just not going to work. Again, plenty of forces on standby. My Jagdpanzer's trying to make sure they don't, flank my brother through this way. A lot of forces together. Stuka is, well, still another minute to fire. GTA still have a ton of support guns. We can see, oh my god, how many support guns do you have, GTA? Oh, you just have 3. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, they were for cannon warfares. Okay, that's fine. He was going to say, you have like 4 or 5 support guns. That's a little extreme. But, yeah. I mean, support guns are pretty good. I mean, essentially like mortars. And right now they're just sending a light infantry, so you kind of need them. That being said, I love my brother's tactic. For cannon warfares, just camouflage, waiting and wait. That being said, they do have a Churchill, a flame Churchill. So, yeah, that's a big issue, because again, one nice flame barrage, and, well, goodbye for cannon warfers. We can see here some armor moving up. Luckily, my Jag is on standby. Doing some nice hits. Trying to counteract those commando units. Again, it takes 3 guys close up, but I'm able to do that. For cannon warfers, doing some damage, but unfortunately we can see here that they're making a heavy AT encampment, and that flame is just killing all of them so quickly. It's ridiculous. Luckily, more for cannon warfers trying to push them back. I have my Stuka coming in, I think. Yeah, there it goes. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I had to move it because of all the bombs coming in, like, run. They did a double bombing strike in this area for some reason, not sure, but I had to call back my Stuka because it was firing in this area. Luckily my brother saw it. I'm like, oh my god, thank you. I moved my infantry over to the right, and that pretty much spared me, but yeah, you can see the lanes and bombs that just came down. I don't know why they did a double bombing strike. Like, one bombing strike, anything in that area is dead. Even a King Tiger will take severe damage. But 2 is overkill for what? Nothing. That being said, I finally got my Stern Tiger, which I'm happy about. And I'm placing more mines in case they attack with commandos. That way I have at least a fighting chance. Because again, they have really, really powerful commandos. And I can't necessarily fight that. Nor can my brother. And one of them has a Panzerschreck. It's great. Oh my god. Anyway, it's pretty much a slaughtering ground right over here. Luckily we were able to stop their encampment from being produced. But again, lots of AT guns and stuff over here, which is pretty bad. Luckily my Sturm Tiger is on standby, and I'm going to try to use this, like, the cover and stuff like that to help me out. Also, signal ready, that way I can see where all their vehicles are, which I know they're all over here. Pathfinding for the win. Calm before the storm. And I see all this, I'm like, oh, hello. Get a nice shot on that Comet. Do some nice shots. Almost kill it. Again, its engine's crippled. Plus, moving down a lot of vehicles down here, a lot of AT. Again, they're trying to make sure that GTA and my brother can't bring up their armor with all that AT. But the problem is that a lot of their AT forces are actually infantry based. The AT guns won't have really an effect. Also, support guns doing a ton of damage over here to all their stuff. And it's pretty much just like a huge... That was a nice Stuka. Knocked out quite a few different things. Churchill, no gun. Probably should fall back. Let me see the Churchill with the flame just causing all the infantry to die, however. The Jagdpanzer are trying to flank, but having some issues. Commando units coming in, but my Stern Pioneers are kind of holding them back. Kinda. But I have to... I'll eventually fall them back. More bombs called in. Just barely out of range of my brother's Panther. Or GTA's Panther, I should say. But yeah, this entire area, this entire landscape is just becoming Bomb City Central. I don't know how many, but I think 5 or 6 bombing runs they've done so far. And they still have enough munitions for more. But yeah, we're slowly being pushed back. The problem is they're not bombing anything vital. Like up here would be a great spot to hit, but they're not hitting it. Not sure why. Also, GTA taking this area because there's nothing here would be great. But again, he's kind of focused on just holding this area. And I'm just focused on trying to hold back against this. Luckily, my brother did get a Command Panther, which kind of boosts everything in the area. Fortunately, the commandos are just tearing apart my infantry. Trying to rank them up. Trying to give them, you know, that will give them a fighting chance. But, having some issues. Almost done, I'm calling, because I'm like, okay, I need some heavy infantry to fight. And just hold back those commandos, because I'm just being destroyed. Again, luckily they're just fighting mid. That's all they're trying to do. They're just trying to fight over the mid with all their men. Reloading my Storm Tiger in the meantime, behind some heavy cover. Jagdpanzer are still on standby. GTA and my brother are sending over a ton of force to try to recollect this area, which I thank them for. Sherman Firefly moving in. Luckily I still have my Vercan Warfers over here. Again, I thought they would move up armor, but, you know, can't exactly send those in with commandos walking around. They'll kill them instantly. Vercan Warfers do not have any armor whatsoever to really guard themselves. Luckily, GTA's Jagdpanzer are pretty much hiding. I love this. He's just sniping them long range. And the churchills, while good against armor, not great range-wise. So that's at least one detriment these things have. GTA's Panzer force is moving up. I guess they were trying to hit my brothers, but luckily they didn't notice GTA's move up. And boom! Some nice shots in and definitely able to push them back. Vercan Warfers moved up. We can see here it's just now sending a lot of armor in, just get annihilated. The Jagdpanzer as well. And while they may have more armor, we have more armor piercing rounds than they do, at range as well. So yeah, the Comet's good, but not against all this. That being said, the Sherman Firefly is firing rockets trying to dislodge that king. Luckily, again, all the Vercan Warfare columns are definitely hurting. But as you can see here, they just call him smoke. For what? Strafing run. I was fearing a bombing run, so I fell back all my units. As you see here, that was a smart move, because again, the airstrikes are targeting everything, and they have armor coming down the main road. So I have to move back all my stuff. Luckily, my Jagdpanzer can get healed over here, and one of them did get crippled by, quote-unquote, mine. I did a Stuka round trying to do some more damage. Did a little bit, not that much. Kind of a waste again. Jagdpanzer sniping, kind of doing some bits. Bringing back my Vercan Warfers to do some damage, healing my infantry. The last thing I want is to lose this headquarters building. I cannot lose this headquarters building. Luckily, Vercan Warfers doing some nice shots on there. My brother bringing up his infantry for a flank, along with the Command Panther. GTA bringing up his Panther. Again, getting some nice hits, and essentially all these awesome comets. Again, look, 1, 2, 3 comets. 2 of them just got annihilated, just by a flank. Because again, they pushed too much with no support. Now my Vercan Warfers have moved up, getting some nice shots as they retreat. GTA's forces on standby in case they send up more armor. But as you can see, that was a huge loss for them. And yeah, relying solely on heavy armor and firepower, and just the most expensive, best units, is kind of working, but not really. Like, you can get the best units, but sometimes the smallest, weakest is the best thing to do. Like the Vercan Warfers, they're not good in any, like, right? Like, Vercan Warfers are not as powerful as other Pack 40s and, you know, quarter pounders, but the camouflage element is what I need them for, and so far that's doing, look at that ambush. Just the ambush against this armor is what we need, and that's what the Jagdpanzers and Vercan Warfers are good for, ambush tactics. No matter how many bombs they drop on this area, as long as we can just surprise them as they come through the wreckage is all I need. Also, you know, a bunch of dead bodies around here it's going to be like pretty much a Christmas day for my Volks as I get some more fuel from them, which I kind of need. Storm Tiger's still on standby. I felt like I didn't need to use it, only because again they kept going everywhere. It's like, okay, they're not really blobbed together in any specific area. Moving over the crocodile, again, they want to burn everything in this area. I don't blame them. GTA making another Pack 43. I guess he thought that they didn't have enough airstrikes, or wouldn't have enough airstrikes. Unfortunately, as you can see here, flares are coming down. Wait, is that our flares or their flares? I think that's my brother's flares. No idea. I guess there was a fuel cache or something he put over here. But I think GTA is kind of seeing like, oh, maybe I should push down here, and he's sending his forces. Unfortunately for me, Nick is like, hey, I'm just gonna have a bunch of armor. But you know what's great about this? They're not moving. They're stationary. So my Vercan Warfers can at least, you know, kind of wait for them to pop out of the smoke, or maybe a Storm Tiger. Or a Stuka. We can see here that my brother is sending a lot of forces mid. The Pack 43 is helping at least keeping back their armor. Down south, GTA is pushing up a lot of his vet infantry to take out this stuff. Again, love the support guns kind of suppressing this stuff, and then the Volk are able to move up and take it out. Another push over here with a lot of armor. I have also down here capturing the point, and I'm like, oh no, probably should retreat. And it's gonna die. Yeah, I kind of forgot about it. Mark target, I think? Yeah, this is where it tells all the units to attack turn target in the command tank. Fortunately, my brother's support guns are right here, which is kind of a detriment. He does turn his TAC 43, and we do have a Panther also coming around here, kind of helping snipe a lot of those Churchills. Again, just look how much firepower it's, wow, okay, pushing, this is its cover, but it's taking a lot of firepower to crack those Churchills. But now we have another bomb strike inbound. Oh wait, no, strafing, I'm sorry. Churchill was able to retreat even after all that. Plane down, and like I said, bomb and run. Not helping anyone. I mean, he finally dislodged this headquarters up here, but I mean, it was only a medical one. Unfortunately, though, you can see here that enough AT fire was able to knock out this base over here, which is kind of sad. And yeah, our offensive turned in, I mean, their offensive actually was pretty effective, that one, even though they lost a lot of armor. Stuka strike, trying to knock out a lot of the AT guns, knock out a few. Unfortunately, they have, again, a lot of infantry moving through here. Storm Tiger got a nice shot off. At least I was happy about that. Again, the last thing I want is them to take the pack, so I sent my infantry down to help support. But unfortunately, they just had too much stuff and I had to fall back. But too much stuff, I mean commando. Like, oh no. Jagdpanzer are still on, I guess, waiting and wait. Sniper moving through here. Not sure why they send it around this area, but whatever. Yeah, at this point I need more infantry. Luckily his headquarters is still active and still pushing their stuff back, so as long as he has sight, he'll make sure they don't capture that point. But GTA at least got the south, so at least that's stopping the counter and giving us more fuel. And actually giving us way more fuel, which is funny, because it's like we have 2 points and we're only still getting 21. How sad is that? The fact we have 2 fuel points and the OKW still only get 21 fuel per turn. That's sad. We get, with 2 fuel points, we still have less fuel than the British with no fuel. Nice shot. No idea if that Pack 43 helped finish the job, but we see here again they just have a lot of Churchills lying in wait. A lot of armor around here. Can't exactly do all that much. They stole however Kentler for Pete's sake. They're like, oh, this looks valuable. Oh, I move up some Sudan because I need that. Move up a lot of stuff, and actually, love how they put this guy in here. It's like, what's your plan? Again, Sudan moving in. So I guess fight the goddamn commando moving in. Man, I am definitely going senile today. Throw grenade, try to even this fight. Kind of does, and he pulls back in the meantime. My brother in GTA kind of pushing mid, bouncing off the Churchill. At least he's able to take over this area. And down south, unfortunately, however, Tyre's kind of pushing back up. Really should upgrade his thing, or maybe he's putting everything into bomb strikes. Who knows? But yeah. GTA at least putting down a bunker in the meantime to hold that fuel, and we'll hopefully be sending more forces down south if possible. That being said, support gun's doing a really nice job. 4-star support gun. Really, really good. But yeah, right now, it's literally the British are at breaking point because they've dropped so many bombs. They've sent so many heavy tanks and heavy infantry. And so far they haven't cracked us because, again, they're not using it effectively. We are able to ambush their stuff and able to knock out a good chunk. Yo, I lost my half track. Oh well. but we're still able to at least hold them back because of the fact we're using coordination, we know where they are, and we plan for their movements. Also, their bombing runs are terrible. They're not hitting anything. Pack 43 helping out. Again, unless you have a YAG or a Pack 43, those two are the only real things that can really puncture a Churchill's armor. Do a nice Stuka bombing, trying to hit some of the AT, kind of a miss. Pack 43, 3-star, pretty nice. Sturm Tiger moving in, I'm like, alright. Time to knock out those AT guns. And job complete. They no longer can spam AT guns. Mostly. Oh look. Another bombing run. This is when it's like run. And most of the armor was able to fall back. Because again, they're just doing out frontline positions. They're not hitting vital strategic targets. That's why the bombing of Berlin, the Battle of Berlin, kind of went poorly. Because you can go with the backstory of why the Germans started bombing London. Essentially, it was kind of vengeance. But the bombing in Britain didn't hit any very strategic targets. It just hits, it hit civilian targets, don't get me wrong. But they did kind of hit some strategic targets, but it wasn't substantial enough to hit any industry of those strategic targets to an extent where it was a detriment. There was nothing. None of them. So while they've dropped like, what, 7, 8 bombing runs on us, the British bombers have done nothing to really impact our key industry and allow us. Again, they haven't stopped our medical units, our mechanized units, our HQ units, like any of these. I'm specifically saying for OKW. Don't get me wrong, they knocked out my brother's medical, but not really much else. He's been doing just fine without it. Finally able to knock out that. I'm like, yes, finally. Kind of provoking him, bringing him up. I'm like, okay, that's good. Bringing my Verkenwerfer on standby, along with my YAG, just in case. 3-star YAG, by the way. Also ambush. Also great. My brother has this sector, and GTA's holding this. Again, you can see here, this guy's trying to push up, but unfortunately, GTA just has range. I love the YAG Tiger just flying down. Like, sure, why not? Up on the hill. King Tiger just doing a nice drive-by. This is the problem with GTA only allowing one route now. That's funny, because I think he had to blow up his own tank trap to send his armor down here again. Unfortunately, they do have commandos, but they don't have armor backing up, and commandos can't do really anything against Panthers, so he's good on that front. Sturm Tiger's moving back up, finally. Do have a Panther, by the way, put that on standby. And no, I don't use this because it increases vehicles line sign grants access. Because again, it's one or the other, and I like the MG42 more, honestly. I tried to send my Sturm Tiger, be like, okay, what's a good shot? There's not really anything here for me to hit. And they pull back the thing over here because they kind of ambushed them, so there's that. So my Sturm Tiger's now on standby. And I love ambushing with my Sturm Tiger. Also, I kind of find it funny, my brother's King Tiger has not died. It's not only... it's doing pretty good for itself, the fact that it's been able to keep fighting this entire time. GTA pushing south, we can see here they're doing something. Oh, vehicle crew. Oh, I love this. So I see this, I'm like, that one's close to dying. Boom. Immobilized. Again, when you're kind of in the state, it's kind of giving like a big signal, like, hey, there's a vehicle under here. Let me target it. Then I send in my Panther. I'm like, oh, my Panther can take it out. Again, once again, so close to actually being something valuable. But unfortunately, even smoke still obscuring it, so I can tell to attack, but it's just not doing anything. Which kind of sucked. And with all these ATs and churchills, my Panther's instantly gonna die. It's kind of weird that none of them bounce for whatever. If you hear that GTA's Panthers are... Oh, Panther. Looks like he lost one. Doing the trick. Wow, that's funny. Panther using its speed to get around the comet. And now he's just trying to get out of there. Again, they're kind of... I mean, they have another bomb strike if they wanted to. But they'd have to really make it a good bomb strike to counter. And this is not a good bomb strike. This is certainly not a good bomb strike. And I like how my brother has no idea it's coming in. Oh, now he does. It's, hey, bro, you should probably move. A little too close for comfort, I would say. That's why, okay, if you really wanted to put it, like, have a fighting force and then put it right here. So that way the units either keep fighting and lose, or fall back and die. It's like, it's that simple. Once again, another Stuka bombing run over here, try to hurt them a bit. Again, 3-star Stuka, I can keep firing this thing pretty quickly. GTA trying to hold this point. Again, a Gammon bomb he used. Luckily, GTA is still fighting. A lot of AT, not really. I mean, Commando's far in the back, so as long as he keeps holding that point, he'll be okay. King Tiger is still holding, knocking out those Commandos, like fish in the barrel, because again, they can't do anything against a King. On the right side, I'm still trying to hold. 3-star Verkenwerfer, I called that a plus. Again, they're trying to capture the stuff so that way they don't lose, but yeah. They wasted their bombing strike, they won't have another one for a while, and this guy doesn't have enough for rocket strafes, and that pretty much removes any idea of a constant airstrike coming in. Or there's a 3-star King Tiger, so good for him. Churchill moving up, I guess they want to try to kill it. That being said, it's pretty much just going to end with that thing dying. Again, they're lacking infantry, they're lacking a good infantry focus. Oh look, what did they just call down? Mortar cover, of course. So, you know, we need to call down something. My brother's just gonna walk out of it. I'm on standby because again, my goal is just holding this point. Also, I love how this thing is still immobilized. Keeping the fire thing out. I'm like, alright. Let me hit this, maybe. Also, love how I keep trying to repair and I just keep annihilating it. But I'm like, alright, let me hit it. Was start aiming for this, kind of hit this, but still did the trick. So I don't care. Commando's moving up. But we still hold the points. We're still winning. Down south, GTA's just trying to take over territory. They still have a decent defensive line here with a lot of AT. But as we can see here, they just don't have light infantry. Yeah, this guy's down to nothing. And this guy, yeah, it has probably the biggest fighting force, but most of it's injured, crippled. It's vetted, but it's stuck. I just find it funny we will just be able to keep hurting this thing and it's stuck. And once again, they're trying to push up here. Again, we're kind of low on points. So the fact that, again, we need to really push them down. We don't want to give them a chance to come back. Luckily, again, my brother has a ton of manpower. And so do I. Again, mere prop cap and kind of waiting to get... Oh, wait, no. What am I doing? There we go. Kind of waiting to get something good. I'm like, I can get another Panther, but what's the point? Let me wait for to get more infantry or something. But yeah, but then GTA is also kind of like on the fringe, but hey, he doesn't have that much resources, but he's near PopCap, so it doesn't really matter. Now they're singing Commando. It's like, okay, Where could you possibly be sending in the commando? Also, Jagdpanzer 4-star, amazing. Love it, curving the bullet, why not? Fortunately, this other Churchill's coming around the corner, and I'm gonna have to fall back immediately. Luckily, my brother's holding this point. Another final push over here, pulling back my Jagdpanzer. Fortunately, I think I still have. Yeah, there it goes. It becomes abandoned. At least it's still alive. Crew could be alive in there. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna fight. You know, my brother uses pretty much marked target, which allows him to pretty much be a lot easier for all vehicles in the area to hit this thing. And boom, bomb, ding. King Tiger is showing his dominance, just taking this thing out. Also, GTA from the flank, knocking me out of bounds. Move up my Sturm Tiger. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take you out. And I'm like, trying to hit this. Both AT guns down. And I'm just gonna pull back. And that finishes out the game. Anyway, yeah, so there you go. I feel detriment GTA kind of blocking this area up and not putting pressure over here. But overall, the British had us. They had the best armor. They had the best... probably actually some Sherman Fireflies would have been better than a bunch of AT guns. But they had a lot of comets, a lot of Churchills, and a ton of bombers. But they couldn't... even with all of that, they still didn't win because they lacked they lacked the strategic knowledge. They didn't use their tanks effectively. They constantly got lured in the ambushes. They had the better infantry, but they constantly, again, were put in ambushes by mines and just more infantry. And they had better, again, like, they had more support, but they never used it effectively. This entire area is black, not because of all the rubbish and everything down here and all the explosions from the tanks, but because of all the bombers coming in, for Pete's sakes. They could have easily crippled GTA by a nice bombing strike right here or right here. And they could have, again, leveled all this stuff. But because we were able to hold this upper portion, and because of that, and us able to consistently keep pressing on the British, no matter how many times they called in bombers on our units, we just pulled back, waited, and then re-engaged. Yeah. Anyway, unfortunately, like, I think it was... what, GTA? No, yeah. GTA got way more kills again. He was doing some excellent jobs. Also, once again, my brother in GTA, like, ambushed with the Volk squads. We're just putting a lot of pressure on him. I loved it. Anyway, we can see here that my brother got most damage. I did the least amount, but again, we're within like 5,000 points of each other, so it really doesn't count. It's really not a big deal. The best player was Counter Terry. Let's see. Worst player was Kyer, kind of sitting down there. Nick got the most kills. And yeah, GTA got most kills. So overall, that was a really good game. I wanted to show it to you because, again, even if you're facing a British player with a bunch of heavy armor and a bunch of heavy bombers, don't worry, because unless they hit your vitals, you're still okay. But in any case, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.